Imagine a courtroom where the tension is palpable, where the stakes are life and death, and where, in a split second, everything descends into chaos. Today, we're reacting to some of the most jaw-dropping courtroom moments ever recorded. From defendants leaping over benches to attack judges, to the heroic actions of court staff, these clips will leave you on the edge of your seat. So, buckle up as we delve into the wild world of courtroom dramas turned real. Our first clip takes us to Las Vegas, where a routine sentencing hearing took a terrifying turn. The defendant, Deobra Redden, was in court for sentencing on an underlying case. But as Judge Mary Kay Holthus began to read the sentence, Redden suddenly launched himself over the bench, physically attacking the judge. The courtroom erupted into pandemonium as deputies rushed to restrain him.
Yeah, but I think it's time that you get a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
Let's break this down. In the footage, Redden's at the podium, looking calm, then bam, he's airborne, crashing into the judge. The speed of it is unreal. What stands out, though, is Judge Holthus. After the attack, she came back to finish the sentencing, sticking to her original decision. That's some next-level composure under pressure. I'm here to unpack this courtroom incident. It's a wake-up call for the justice system. Emotions run hot in court, and sometimes they explode. The judge's resolve here is impressive. It shows the system won't bend to violence. But it's clear we need better security to keep everyone safe. They beefed up security for the next hearing, but it's wild how unpredictable this stuff can be. It's a tough line to walk, safety versus fairness. What a moment. Ever seen a courtroom turn into a battleground? Buckle up because this one gets wild.
Get off of me!
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
We hear her yelling and flapping.
This all started with a domestic violence accusation. Mr. Anderson was seeking an emergency protective order against his ex-wife, Melissa Hardwick. But before he could even finish his testimony, things took a dramatic turn. As Mr. Anderson begins to speak, Melissa interrupts him. The judge warns her about contempt of court, but Melissa doesn't back down. She keeps arguing and the judge orders her arrest. Then, in a shocking twist, Melissa leaps onto the judge's bench, creating a dangerous situation. Deputy Adam Dotson steps in fast, restraining her as she resists. Even after being subdued, she's still yelling threats at the judge, piling on more trouble for herself. Wow, talk about escalating a situation. Melissa's outburst didn't just disrupt the court, it landed her in a legal mess. The judge stayed professional, but you could tell she was rattled. This is a wild example of how tense courtroom dramas can get, especially with something as emotional as domestic violence. Melissa's actions probably tanked her defense, and big props to the bailiffs for keeping things under control. After all that, the judge had to recuse herself, and Melissa got slapped with 120 days in jail for contempt, plus extra charges like terroristic threats and resisting arrest. She's also looking at 5 years of probation, a mental health evaluation, and anger management courses. Meanwhile, Mr. Anderson walked away with his protective order. It's a crazy reminder. Lose your cool in court, and you'll pay a steep price. Ever wondered what happens when the courtroom turns into a battlefield?
I just know what happened on this case. I have any further proceedings or I have to see you for one further setting.
Today, we're diving into some of the most chaotic courtroom moments you've ever seen, where tempers flare, rules break, and justice gets wild. Our story begins in Paris, Kentucky, with 30-year-old Bass Webb, a man charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. It all started when he tried to run over 2 jail employees with his car. One was pinned against a wall and injured. That alone was shocking, but it was just the spark that ignited his explosive courtroom chaos. In the footage, we see Webb's first court appearance turn into a total meltdown. Right as the judge speaks, he spits on her straight-up disrespect on full display. But it gets crazier. Later, he incites a jail riot and even throws a metal telephone box at a corrections officer. This guy was a one-man wrecking crew. Webb's actions show a complete disregard for the legal system. Spitting on a judge? Starting a riot? It's like he wanted to burn every bridge possible. His behavior didn't just shock the courtroom, it piled years onto his sentence. This is a wild reminder that chaos in court comes with a heavy price. What happens when a defendant's behavior turns a courtroom into a battleground? Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking courtroom incidents caught on camera, where a routine hearing spiraled into chaos in seconds.
Moment that they are now stipulating that Mr. T.
In Seattle, Washington, Christopher Teal faces charges of first-degree rape and unlawful imprisonment after allegedly following a woman into a car dealership bathroom, locking the door, and attacking her. The assault only stopped when brave employees broke into the stall and wrestled Teal to the ground. But the drama didn't end there, it followed him straight into the courtroom. During a competency hearing, Teal suddenly punched his attorney, Reed Birkeland, without warning. Guards tackled the 6'3" defendant as he fought back, creating a chaotic scene. Later, he returned to court strapped to a chair, more focused on his mug shot than the charges against him. Teal's actions spark questions about mental competency in court and the tough spot attorneys and staff are put in. It's a wild example of how quickly things can escalate and why security is so crucial in these high-stakes settings. Domestic violence cases are always emotionally charged, but what happened in Pike County Justice Court took things to a whole new level. Sidney Newsome, facing a domestic violence charge, went from calm to chaotic in a matter of seconds, unleashing a storm of anger on Judge Aubrey Remus. Buckle up, because this is one courtroom drama you won't believe. Here's the breakdown. Sidney Newsome, handcuffed and shackled, is in court for a domestic violence charge. He starts off calm, even doing a little dance while reviewing paperwork. But when a transport officer taps the table, he gets agitated. His mother and brother enter, causing a brief tense moment before he's motioned back. After signing some documents, Newsome argues with Judge Remus, who orders him out. That's when chaos erupts. Newsome throws papers at the judge, then hurls a telephone, knocking over a monitor. Clerks scatter, his mother reacts in shock, and Judge Remus steps in, pinning Newsome to the desk. Newsome's brother gets involved, though it's unclear why, until more officials arrive to remove Newsome and restore order. Wow, that was wild. 1 second Newsome's dancing, the next he's launching a telephone like it's a weapon. It's total chaos, like a pressure cooker blowing its lid. And Judge Remus? Absolute legend, pinning Newsome down himself? You don't see that every day. I'm dying to know what set Newsome off. Was it that table tap or something deeper? The brother jumping in was a curveball too. What was his deal? This clip is pure proof that courtrooms can turn into battlegrounds when emotions run hot. Courtrooms are meant to be places of justice, but sometimes they turn into absolute chaos. Today, we're diving into a series of wild courtroom dramas that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the legal system. Our case takes us to Union County, where a routine robbery arrest exploded into madness. Daniel Stewart Barry, a 21-year-old college student from Old Miss University, was nabbed for robbing a convenience store. But it's what went down in the jail cell afterward that sent this case spiraling into courtroom chaos.
What's up? You! Yeah! That's it, Sheriff. Twice. Twice you've done that.
In the clip, Barry's a total wild card, erratic and out of control. Sheriff Jimmy Edwards suspects he was on drugs, and it shows. A female deputy tries to bring him food, and he allegedly lashes out, breaking her nose. It's so chaotic that deputies can't even get him into the courtroom. The judge has to step in, appointing an attorney and slapping a $200,000 bond on him without him even being there. Tense doesn't even cover it. This is wild. A guy with a bright future just torches it in a rage. And why isn't this all over the news? Makes you wonder what gets ignored and why. Privilege clearly didn't save him here. What's your take? Drop it in the comments below.